And then it kind of depends on the region as well. You know
Now I
what
gotta find a TikTok and send it to y'all because I'm not crazy.
I know you're not crazy. I know what TikTok you talk about. I know what you're talking about.
All right, let's get into it.
She's a TikToker.
Hey, what it do with the businesses? It's your favorite Uncle Neek. You're now tapping into Troubleshooting Reality. I got a special guest, and I got my co-host in the building. Co-host, introduce yourself.
It's your girl, Katie.
What's going on, everybody? It's your mama, favorite son, Urben Currse. I got a gun. Bring, sang, sing, dang, dang. It's a new day. Bang, bang.
Yeah, it's your girl, KD Shonda. Not quite the girl next door. Check me out.
Oh, you
like that
you
one.
That's the
one. That's the one. Not quite the girl
it took
next
her like
door.
It took her seven.
She been freestyling and she been.
Gotcha. You've been trying to find it. You've been trying to find it. All right.
That's the one.
And we got a special guest in the building, and this is a very talented young man. Welcome to the field, but on this side of town, in this field, you got to introduce yourself. You're in the realm full of troubleshooters, so you got to introduce yourself.
Alrighty. So I'm Cooley Ross Art, Chris Clark, for those who know me. I'm a musician, artist, muralist, illustrator, all of the above. Right. A little bit of everything.
Hey. So, welcome to the field, man. So, I was talking to you outside off mic and everything, man. Like I told you, I did my research. I did a lot of research. But I'm actually gonna let UC kick this one off with the questions and everything.
Word.
Yes, because I know UC was very excited for you.
He was
very excited for you, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna let you have this one, and he was waiting for you. He couldn't. Katie, didn't he set up the connect for this?
Yeah,
he was like, yo, I want him. So.
Pause.
All right, Nico, please.
All right, I'm just saying, like, you were asked for, and you're here in the field with us. So, my brother, go ahead and do your thing,
but
man.
First, I just want to say,
I got questions too.
Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely,
definitely.
Thank you for making space in your schedule because we know you're a busy person. So, sincerely, thank you for little old us.
Yeah. Before I get started, like I said before we got on mic, I've been following you for a while. And before I saw the person, I saw the art first. Yeah. And then I kind of went down a rabbit hole. And the first piece I saw from you, and I didn't even know it's from you, was I think it's the R? Is that R?
Oh, an Arlington mural.
Yeah. That's one of the first pieces that I saw because like that piece is amazing just with all the different artists. I didn't even know that was an individual thing. And then I've started seeing your artwork around the city. And then I bucked up on your Instagram. For the art that you do, what inspired you to start doing this art? Because you have a different approach that I don't usually see. And from a person that understands Rastafarian culture and Jamaican culture, everything. I see where you're going, but I would love to see I would love to know where you get this inspiration from.
Like the inspiration. So I grew up in like a Rasta lifestyle, Rastafarian culture. In Tallahassee, Florida, I was always the only kid in school with dreads, up until probably like really almost college. So I just want to show that in my work. My kids have dreads now. The principal at this school has dreads. All the teachers have them. So it's something I want to reflect. Like what's her name? Not Nina Chanel Abney. Nina Simone. Mm-hmm. She said that an artist should reflect the times that they're in, and so I'm trying to reflect that, like showing how everybody's embracing natural hair and
I love that.
Just put in the work.
So knowing the struggle of Rastas in Jamaica, right? And even the pushback they still get to this day.
Oh yeah.
Did you get that same pushback here in America? And two-part question: were you born in America as well?
Yeah, I was born here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born in Newark, New Jersey, and I just grew up in Tallahassee.
Word, that's my brother right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 40 New Street.
I wouldn't say I got pushback. I faced like getting picked on and stuff just early on, like elementary school, and like then it got cool to have dreads. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I see it a lot with the Crown Act here in the United States, like kids getting banned from graduating and playing sports, kicked out of school, fired. I got fired from a job one time.
Word.
Yeah, I got fired from a job one time.
Can you mind elaborating on that story?
So I was working at Zaxby's. This might have been before Family Dollar.
Okay.
I worked there for a few months. So the manager, she was out of town. Her granddaughter was sick, so she was visiting the granddaughter. The assistant manager hired me. She had no problem. Like my hair used to be like Kween, to tell you, it was like
super long.
It was all the way down there. So when she got back, you know, she basically like, what are you doing here? Like with this hair, like you gonna have to tuck it in. Like, she made me tuck it in my shirt. She was like,
looking like a hunchback.
Yeah. She was like, you can't pin it up. I was like my hair was much thicker than these right here. Like I can't pin it up. And like one day I came in, they were like, you don't have to clock in no more.
Word.
They was like, you've been late too many times. I'm like, y'all never even wrote me up before.
Exactly.
Were you really late though?
That Florida at will
Maybe
shit.
one time. Like no write up, nothing. Just don't clock in. Like it's my hair.
Absolutely. I've seen where in the sports they made the kids cut their
Hey,
hair
man, cut
in
them
order
off
to
to
play the
compete.
sports. Yeah, that's wild to me. I noticed. So there's the discussion around what to call them. What's your thoughts on it?
I call them dreadlocks.
Okay.
I think like around 2014, maybe 2013. That's when like the natural hair movement started to pop off real big. And right around that time, like a lot of people, a lot of women, like started cutting off the relaxed hair and going natural. And so a lot of those people were like, oh, they're not locks. I mean, they're not dreads. They're locks because there's nothing dreadful about my hair. And
They don't know the history.
yeah, it's just something they came up with. But yeah, it's dreadlocks. I mean, you can call it whatever you want to.
That's what I say.
I call it dreads.
Yeah, that's what I say. Especially when, like, you can correct for you,
Yeah.
you know, but if somebody else is referring to somebody else's hair, it's like, don't be obnoxious about it and be like, no, call them, da-da-da. And it's like,
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Like I put it on artwork. Like I put dreads in the caption or something. They're not dreads. They're locks.
it's like, it's wrong for my hair. I can say, call them what I want to call them.
I'm sorry. No.
Let me ask you something real quick, because I'm glad we already tapping into that part. What does it mean to bring Rastafarian to your artwork? Like, what does that mean to you? Like, how does it feel to bring it in and just capture that vision and let everybody know that the artist behind this is Rastafarian?
I haven't seen it before. And so, like the first time, let me see. Yeah, it was when I moved here. So the first time I ever been to like an art museum was in Jacksonville, the Cummer Museum. My first time visiting galleries, all of that was here in Jacksonville. So if you ever been to a museum, you're going to see a lot of white faces.
Yeah.
See a lot of white people on horses and with swords and stuff. You might see one like token black person in the back, like a servant or something. Like now we got the Amy Sherrills and the Kehinde Wileys and the Kerry James Marshalls. You're starting to see black art a lot more. So like my main thing was like I want to create like a reflection of what I want to see more of, and that's like images that look like us. And like with the Rasta, like I just hadn't seen it. So I wanted to tell that story. Yes. Like, it's an important story. It's important to me, and like as artists, like we should like speak honestly, like from the truth about ourselves. So that's what I want to put in the work, and a lot of people connect with it because they haven't seen it. They're like, "Oh man, that reminds me of home." Like I get that a lot.
Yes, I connect with it because I cut my locks after a horrible relationship, and my mother told me, she said, "Oh, you're Rasta, you're Ras hair," and I looked at it, and it took me a long time, and she just chopped it off. So when I saw it, it just brought me back to my meditation when I wouldn't have sex. I wasn't nothing. I stopped eating meat, everything. It was just like, boom, like nothing toxic could even come in my way. And that's what it brought me back to, like that innocence, like when you just trying to find yourself and everything. And that's what speaks to me the most when I see your work. It's like, it's just pure. It's like, I know that kid.
Yeah.
Even I don't know that kid, but I know that kid. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like I grew up with that kid, and that's what I see from it.
And let me ask you a question, because y'all talking about Rastafarian to somebody that doesn't really understand Rastafarian. Can you break it down for me? You and UC, Chris and UC, whoever want to go first, because I don't really know much about it other than Bob Marley, and what the media exposes me to. I haven't done my deep research.
You go.
No, I mean I was gonna say I think it depends on who you ask, like where they're from, like their upbringing in it. Like for some, it's like a religion. I don't really see it as a religion. I see it as more just like a way of life, like the way you carry yourself, the way you live, the way you eat, the way you treat the people around you, the way you treat like the earth around you. Just like a natural thing, and it's like a respectful thing, like carrying yourself in a high manner, like a kingly manner or a queenly manner. And like that's what it is for me. That was like my upbringing in it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think it says a lot, because for me, growing up in Jacksonville, you know, a lot of times, obviously, that hair brought negative stigma. So a lot of my family was like, no, nobody can have, you know, dreads or locks, because it automatically put that image of negativity on you. You're already black, so it's like that's throwing something else on top. And I remember when I first started working at Family Dollar, and I met you and the assistant manager at the time.
Oh, Alfonso.
And both of y'all had these long locks. And at first it was like weird for me, because again, my people, they didn't really play that. So seeing it was kind of like, it did take me back. But when I met y'all and then I talked with y'all, like the sweetest people, you know what I'm saying? Like, so dope to be around. I enjoyed working with y'all. Like that helped to change my mindset a lot with it.
What you said though is it still happens. Like I said when I said earlier, it's you still look at, like you'll go to Jamaica sometimes, like Dirty Rasta boy, like you're like, what the fuck? Just because I grow my locks and this and the third, I'm, you know what I mean, I'm just like you, but this is what I believe in, and I didn't see it as much where I was at, because it was just like the community we lived in, like the whole Park Heights area was like it was just a whole bunch of Jamaican people, you know what I mean? So I didn't really see, and then like growing up, I was around a bunch of people like that. So I didn't really see it as much. But referring back to your question, if I could go just a little deep to it, just to even start, like the name Rastafari, right? That's actually Emperor Haile Selassie original name. That's what he was born. He was called Rastafari. I always get the last name wrong, but it's Mekanin or Mekanen, however you want to say it, right? And that's what he was born as. So when you get the word Rastafari, that's his name. So when we say Rastafari, King of all kings, Lord of all lords, Kaganai Judah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what, you know what I mean?
You big up in him,
yes.
basically.
So it's like he said, the way you were raised and all of that is different. Like Bob Marley, like most people would know, he like 12 Tribe of Judah. So it's like, to me, I look at 12 Tribe of Judah like all the way up here, like. You know what I mean? They like to me, they like, if you describe it like a monk, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they more strict to everything. Like don't eat out of certain things. Don't, you know what I mean? Then you got Bubba Rasta, and like you probably will never see them take their hair down in front of you or whatever. They gonna wash it in a river, this and the third, cut you this and the third, smoke or the chalice and blase and all that and chanting all that. Then you got Nyabingi. So I would consider myself as Nyabingi, because, or somebody else would call me Bale Rasta. You know what I mean? Or, you know, so, but I look at because I still do certain things that I shouldn't be doing.
So what does your version mean? What's your version?
Nyabingi. So Nyabingi to me, Nyabingi is like, it's the whole thing. Like, it's like, how can I say? Because you still got Nyabingi, which is like Nyabingi Church, right?
Yeah.
And then, but you have like Nyabingi, which is a person who say, I'm a Bingi man, like, because you like at that level. And I would say like, I'm trying to, because I want to say it the wrong way. Because the way I'm saying it in my head, I don't want it to come out the wrong way. Am I saying it the right way?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna leave it there. Because I don't want to say it the wrong way, because, like I said, it's because I went, like, my spiritual journey was totally different than another person. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had to stop eating meat, sex, everything. You know what I'm saying? Was that, well, you grew up in it, so I don't know if that was the same thing for you.
Yeah, similar. Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah, no meat, especially like no pork, none of that stuff. Ital, that's what you call it.
Ital, yes. Ital is no salt, stuff like that, no meat, everything. Ooh. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
I need to. I need to.
Let me ask you a question though, Chris. So when I first seen your artwork, it was I'm not sure if you said the Arlington one.
Yes.
So that was his artwork, all that whole wall?
No. Just
that one section.
Just the one with the little boy with the R.
Yeah.
And fun fact, the blue person is his wife.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So your art, your wife does art, or you drew your wife?
So one of my friends painted her up there. She was one of the artists on the mural.
Wow.
Yeah, Tatiana.
Who was the boy?
Which boy? The boy I did. I just made him up.
That's something that I wanted to tap into because
It's so dope.
I see how are you even envisioning these people, like you creating characters and stuff, and they stand out. And one thing I do every time I drive past Arlington Expressway is I tell my sons, look over there. that could be somebody that you know, or that could be your cousin or something, even though we ain't from Jacksonville.
That mural got a lot of pushback, believe it or not.
Really?
So there's this community app. I think is it called Backyard? Y'all heard of that?
No, I haven't heard that. No.
Is it called Backyard? Something like that, but basically there's too many black faces on it at the time.
How did they sum up that, saying that to y'all? Like, because I know they didn't say it was too
somebody
many.
drove up there. Oh, well, they were talking about it in the group. They didn't say there were too many black people. They just said that there's more than those kind of people that live over here. But there's a whole giraffe up there. There's no giraffe. There's no giraffe in Arlington. But so basically the mural, like each artist, we were given a letter in Arlington, and we just wanted to represent the neighborhood. And so for me, I live over there, so I see a lot of kids with the dreads and the wicks and stuff. And so I just wanted to give them something on a grand scale to look at and see a powerful reflection of themselves. And so I always do stuff with hair. So I was like, I'm gonna do a kid in the barber's chair, getting his hair cut in the shape of a letter R.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's tough.
So that was the idea behind it.
That's tough.
So
How long did it take you to paint that?
Oh, so that was my biggest mural. I think that's the biggest one I've done. That took us a few months. I'm much faster that way.
Yeah.
That was back in 2020, right before the pandemic.
2020, yeah.
Yeah, his art is literally all over. And even my favorite one that I passed by, you didn't do it, but again, it's your baby. So on the school,
Brown.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
His baby's face literally on the side of a school when you pass by. What is that?
That's MLK.
Yeah, going towards North Side. His baby's face is on there.
I think I got right past it.
Yeah, I was just over there the other day.
Brown.
R.L. Brown. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
back
remember
up.
that. Okay.
Let me ask one more question though, and then I'm gonna let you get.
Oh, you do that, man.
All right. So, what's the feeling you get when you seeing your artwork displayed, and it's adding to the culture of Jacksonville?
It's a good question. I don't think I feel anything yet. I don't think I've I have murals all over Jacksonville, every side of town, north side, the west side, the beaches, everywhere, Clay County, surrounding areas. And I don't think I really see, I know the impact. I don't think I've grasped it yet, how profound it is to be able to ride around and see these big black images up there. Mm-hmm. I just do it. Mm-hmm. It just it's something that just comes, and I get the idea and I got to put it up. But
so humble.
yeah, I have kids sometimes. They'll come. So we took my daughter to the mall. She had a little mall play date type thing with her, with one of her friends from school. She's in middle school now, so they're hanging out and doing all that stuff. She was like, "Aren't you that famous artist, that famous spray paint artist?" And so when I have those moments, that's when it hit me dang, like my daughter drew a picture of me for school. I was like, "Where did you get that picture from?" I just Googled you.
Wow. Wow.
So those kind of moments, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your biggest, not biggest, what was your first moment where you were like, wow, I'm actually reaching masses?
I've had a lot of those moments. So one of the biggest things that happens, every now and then I'll get a message on Instagram, and it'll be a middle schooler from Brazil. I have a huge fan base in Brazil, and they'll be like, "We're doing a project on you in art class. Can you send me some information on you?" And so that's when I was like, "Dang, the world."
The world
it's
the world,
literally bigger than Jacksonville.
Yes, absolutely. Thank God to social media.
Wow.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Have you been to Brazil yet?
Not yet. Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Definitely.
You connecting with the right folks, right people and everything.
Oh yeah. Social media is crazy. I can be everywhere from here.
Yes.
I think that was one of my first times, because I knew you were crazy talented, but to know that you were out here reaching the masses was when you made a post, and it was people were arguing about your art, having real discussion about your art. And I was like, whoa, geez, you out here causing commotion.
All the time.
So what came first? You said you're an artist.
Yeah.
musician.
Yeah.
And one more thing you said as well, if I'm not mistaken.
They were all related to art.
Okay.
But art and music, yeah.
What came first?
Both.
Both came first.
I've always done art and music since I was a kid. I started playing drums in 3rd grade. And that was like my first introduction to like music theory and composition. So I was writing music and reading music. I went on to play trombone in band in middle school. And then high school, it's a funny story. I didn't like the band teacher in 9th grade. So I dropped out of band. I saw we had a keyboard class. I was like, I'm going to take keyboard. Like, I want to learn how to play piano. It was a typing class.
Oh, you thought it was
the right keyboard for you.
So I can type really fast now. So I had been producing music basically my whole life. I got a cousin. She's from here. She lives in North Carolina now, but she's been rapping since like we were in elementary school. So family events and stuff, I would make the beat on a little Casio Yamaha keyboard, and she would rap over it. So I had been making beats all this time. I didn't know that you could have a profession for it.
Yeah.
So like when I was 15, I used to go to the bookstore with my mom all the time, to Barnes & Noble, and I used to look at all the music magazines, the Source, XXL. They had this magazine called Scratch. It's a magazine dedicated to producers and DJs. And I was reading an article about Lil Jon. I was like, a music producer. Like, I've been doing, like, I could have a job out of this. And like, the ads in the magazine, they had the Say Institute. They had Full Sail, Berklee College of Music. I'm like, I can get a degree from this. And so that's when I got serious about it. And so I put everything into producing music. I was still drawing stuff. So like back in Tallahassee, I was doing like my first time actually painting. I was painting on clothes. So I was doing hats and shoes and T-shirts and all that stuff.
Okay.
But it was always, I guess I was leaning more towards music than art.
What was the first piece that you did like for somebody else?
Like art?
Yeah.
Probably some clothes.
Some clothes.
Yeah, I used to sell them in the store there in Tallahassee, like some of the little urban stores that sold like hip hop type clothing and stuff like that.
And what kind of music did you produce?
Everything.
Who are you inspired by when it comes to music?
Like music production?
Yeah.
Oh man, too many people. So some of my favorites, I used to like Lil Jon a lot.
Okay.
I like his synth. Scott Storch.
Okay.
Who else? Swizz Beatz. I like Manny Fresh. I like everybody. Yeah, everybody. Dr. Dre. A little bit of everybody.
Okay.
Don Corleone. He do reggae rhythms.
I know you're talking about, yeah.
And you said you also tapped into a little bit of fashion, right?
Just with the clothes, yeah.
Okay, so I actually did my research. Y'all hear me say this now. Y'all know I'm about to pull out something. So I'm hearing you guys shoot a shoe. Like you partner with a shoe company?
Oh, I do have a shoe. Yeah.
You forgot you got a shoe? Did you forget you got a shoe?
Yeah, I need to advertise it.
Yeah, definitely.
They're for sale right now if y'all listening. So I partnered with this guy. He has a brand called Da Vinci, and so he's trying to create shoe deals for artists like how athletes have them. And so send them a piece of art, and so they actually like printed them some kind of way on the sneakers. Yeah.
Rotted. Okay.
How do we find
that?
that?
Is dope.
You can find it on my Instagram. Just go to like the link in my bio. I got it on there.
Okay.
So I got one.
Post that some more.
Yeah, I got one design out right now. I got another one dropping next month actually. Yeah. So there'll be 2 different designs. Yeah.
I love that.
That's
I've been
dope.
asking for clothes for the longest.
Oh yeah.
Because I got my one
sweatshirt.
How long have y'all known each other?
And everything.
When did y'all meet?
So we met in Tallahassee.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
2010. Yeah.
So
This your college days?
2010. Yeah, my college days.
Yeah.
Oh, how was Kween in the college days? Yeah.
How was Kween as an employee? Let's ask that question.
She was a good employee.
Thank you.
Oh, she took a lot of breaks, huh?
Thank you. We had a really good manager, Mr. Don. Shout out to Mr. Don.
Yeah.
I stayed in contact with him for a very long time. That was my people's, but he was very laxed. Well, for me, I was a favorite. I'm not gonna lie. He was very lax.
All them breaks.
he let us chill. He didn't really stress us. And then when he left, we had a horrible manager after her.
Yeah.
And that was where y'all? So y'all met at work.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what's.
Let
And
her
then
$50.
and then y'all just happened. It just happened where you were from here, and then you moved here.
Candace, his wife is from Jacksonville.
Where, and you met your wife in Tallahassee as well.
Yep.
Look at Tallahassee.
Ain't that how that worked?
Oh,
Ain't
y'all
that
went to
funny?
FAMU?
I went to FAM.
You didn't go to
I'm
FAMU?
an honorary Rattler.
Period.
Yeah, I went to the K through 12. I went through the K through 12. Yeah.
I'm right there with you, bro. All right, so I as Nico did his research, I did my research as well, right? So, being of Jamaican descent, right? We know that the men in Jamaica have a lot of children, right? My father has 9 baby moms and 13 children, and 4 stepchildren, right? God rest his soul. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
A lot. Yeah, I'm the oldest. Dang, it's a lot of us.
He said,
So
That's how I be
just
feeling
from my dad, I'm the oldest of 8.
Okay.
And then my mom has 1. Well, she has 3. Well, she has 1 with her new husband. And then he has like 4 daughters. I count everybody.
Gotcha.
I don't
love
say
that.
step and
Yeah,
half.
same
and,
here, same
I
here.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a bunch of us and a bunch of grandkids. About 14, I think. 13, 14 grandkids. Yeah.
good night.
Yeah. I'm just
How
saying,
many
Big family. Big family.
How many children do you have?
3.
3.
Yeah.
you want more?
Maybe. Maybe.
Gorgeous babies. They're so cute.
Do you
Oh my
incorporate
gosh.
your children into your art?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I've drawn them, painted them. They are all artists, so they all do art. My oldest, she's in the art school at Fort Caroline right now.
So that book that I saw was like a tree. That when you said that was that collaboration with your daughter, that's the one you're talking about?
Oh no, so that was just a painting that we did, oil pastel drawing, but we actually did a book like 2013.
Like an actual
actual children's
published book.
Oh
Word.
yeah.
What was the name of that?
It's called Glunda's Hair.
Glonda's Hair.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story about Glunda's Hair. So we created that when she was about 3 years old. She came up with the name Glunda. We don't know where she got it from. She was just like, my name's Glunda. You know, kids, they're like, call me Batman or whatever. So that's all she would answer to when we would introduce her to people. Like, this is Cadence, and she would just be mute until they said Glunda. We had to call her Glunda. So when I actually put the book out, it was like 2016. And I posted it online, flooded social media, and I got a message from some lady in Texas. She was like, I'm 60 years old. My name is Glunda. I've never heard anybody with that name before. My dad named me that. I got to get this book.
Beautiful.
Like, that was crazy.
Now that's crazy for real.
I thought she just made it up.
And to this day, you
it's a
don't know
name.
where she got it from.
Don't know where she got it from. But there's a real Glunda out there somewhere in
That's
Texas.
wild.
What does that name
Shout out
even
to Glonda
mean?
from Texas.
Does that
have
name
no
have a
clue.
meaning to it or anything?
I have no clue.
Hey, can you little Katie, you got about
I mean, what does that name mean to
How
your
you spell
daughter?
it?
then?
She was 3. She was just like, I'm Glunda now. Like, call me Glunda. I don't know
Oh
where.
my gosh.
I don't know where she got it from.
Oh my gosh.
Is that how you spell it?
Yeah, how you spell it?
It's
Yeah.
just Glonda.
Glonda.
Katie doing that Google search?
Yeah. Because to see if that even have like a special. You don't type as fast as he do.
Oh, so you can really do the keyboard
take
and
that
like this. You can do the
keyboard
pinky and everything. You can,
Oh, yeah.
You
What
still
I-
got it?
Oh yeah.
How
Not even
fast you
looking.
typing? How fast you typing?
I'm a little rusty now, but I'm still fast.
You said without not even looking?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
still
how we
like-
got trained.
I'm still like this.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
still packing. I'm still packing myself.
Look, I'm throwing up gang signs.
But while she's searching up that,
It
Yeah.
means noble.
oh my
Noble.
god,
So it's a real name.
Means noble.
a 3-year-old came up with that name.
Yeah.
When
And
she-
is the book still for sale? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Do your thing.
Yeah, I still got some. I got a few copies.
Definitely. Yeah. We definitely need to get our hands on that. Definitely.
Well, do you know what she was watching to be inspired by just that thought? Because that's something that you got to key in on when little kids say certain things.
I don't know what she was watching. Probably just like some PBS kids, but I don't know. I mean, maybe she was saying the name wrong. Maybe it was Glinda, and she just came out with Glunda.
Yeah.
Well, something
Imagine-
spiritual.
No,
Could be
yeah.
something spiritual,
Yeah,
man.
you got to watch that.
I watched something the other day where a toddler went to visit her mom's gravesite, and the toddler start waving, and then she walked on to the graves, the actual plot, and then she like start talking to the person, and then she like went up to kiss the person. There's nobody there, and then she said bye bye, like she saw her mom or something. Like, you know what I mean? Kids are way more vulnerable and more
spiritually inclined.
That and like I don't know the other word for like a sponge, but like they will soak up more than we will, because a lot of times we'll probably like put it out of our head and be
Is
like,
it naive?
No, I wouldn't say naive. I think they're just more pure, and like we've just been so corrupted with you know what I mean, and they're able to get to them a little bit better, more, because when I was even young, I told y'all, I don't know if I told y'all them stories, but I got stories about like things visiting me and not even knowing it was coming from somebody else. Yeah, it was some fucked up shit. Like till this day, that shit fucked my head up. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question about the art again. What actually drew you into the art scene? I don't know if we asked that question already. What drew you into the art scene?
To the art scene here in Jacksonville? Yeah. So I was doing music. So I moved here in 2012. I was still doing music. I was going to Full Sail online for music production and audio engineering. And I was doing art, and I was kind of juggling them both. And like I wasn't getting anywhere. I was trying to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I wasn't really putting the focus into one thing. And so I went to Art Walk. It was probably like 2013. And that's when Art Walk was Art Walk.
Been that long? I didn't know they've been having it that long.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
That's when they had like artists out there. Now it's a lot of alcohol, a lot of non-art stuff. You might see somebody selling some soap. They had art out there then. There was a kid out there. He was like 9 years old. He had his he had a tent. He had a whole setup. He had his Pokemon drawings, all that stuff. And I was like, man, like if this kid can do it, like I can do it. Mm-hmm. And so the following year, I set up out there, and I don't know, I kind of felt like Jacksonville was leaning more towards the artsy side. Plus, like my music, like I was making like all different kinds of music. I kind of feel like I was ahead of my time with the music, but at that time, everybody was like on some trap stuff. And I was like, that's not the direction I'm trying to go in. And so I was like, I'm gonna just focus on the art and see what happens.
So what kind of music was you like? What kind of beats since you say you was ahead of your time? Yeah. What kind of beats would you say mine kind of sounded similar to this vibe?
You mean like right now?
Yes.
So having a Rasta upbringing and like growing up on reggae, like I used to fuse. So my dad played in a reggae band, so I always grew up around musicians. I used to go on tour with them and all that stuff, be in studios like from when I was young. And so like I've always loved like real music. Like I call what I call what I did like making music and not making beats. Yeah. Like anybody can like press some buttons, but I actually like played the instruments and stuff. And so one thing that I like to do was fuse music. So I would mix like hip hop with like a dance hall kind of sound. Like today we got Afro beats.
Yeah.
Reggaeton. Like I was doing like all like stuff like that like way back then when I was a teenager. So
you were just a producer. Were you singing, rapping, chatting?
Just for myself.
Just for yourself.
Yeah. So I would write like.
So you know for chat.
Huh?
So you know for chat.
It's a little bit.
Oh yes.
A little bit.
Them never grow. Let me stop drawing.
I still have notebooks now. Like I probably got a stack of notebooks. Like they're all filled with lyrics. Like I used to write for other people or people that I wanted to work with. And like when I rapped and stuff, it was just to hear like what it would sound like on the beat. Like
more like reference tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I got one song that I did that we put out on it's on YouTube.
Okay.
So we can find it if you tried to look for it.
Yeah, you can find it.
Can you pull it up? Can you pull it up?
One song.
Can you put it so we can hear it on the podcast? Actually,
it's on the YouTube.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you heard it or not. If you what you call it?
Because I would love to hear that.
I definitely would love to hear that.
As long as I all get copies.
So while you're looking for that, where are your parents from? What part of Jamaica are your parents from?
So my parents are actually from here.
Word.
Yeah, so my dad, he's from Miami, and so I guess he, like growing up was around like a lot of Rasta, and so he started to try Rastafari when he was young, when he was like in college, like 20s and stuff. And
so none of your family are from Jamaica at all?
We have married in family from Jamaica.
Word.
From the islands, yeah.
You would never know. Dang.
Yeah, so we were like the Rasta family in Tallahassee. Everybody knew us. Like all my siblings, we all had dreads like down to the floor and stuff.
You ever been to Jamaica or Ethiopia?
Not yet. I want to go. I have family in Ethiopia too. I want to go there.
Definitely.
Yeah,
That's
I want to visit
like
Lalibela.
yeah. Shashamani is like on my number one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to see the rock churches over there.
Yes, definitely. I definitely. I think before I go, I got to make sure I'm purely cleansed before I go. You know what I mean? Like I've been messing up. You know, you can see it in my stomach and all that.
Oh no! Look for search GTC, and then the name of the song is "Get to Know You." So I was just a feature on it, but.
Let me ask you something. So what did your early work look like?
My early work?
Yeah.
Honestly, it looks the same.
Word.
Like my skills, like you can tell, like the skill has grown, the technique has grown, but it's always been like black culture, representation, hair, dreadlocks. Like it's always been
Women.
Is it women?
Yeah, I love the women artwork.
I did more women like early in my career than I do now. Like lately, I've been focusing on like black boys and young black men, just trying to like change some narratives and stuff. But
what does it mean to you to change the narrative of black men? What is the narrative that you hear when you hear about black men versus when you draw black men?
So just like there's a lot of negative stereotypes. So say like a young black man gets gunned down by the police, they're gonna find a picture of him with a middle finger.
Absolutely.
They're gonna say, oh, he's a thug, he's a hoodlum, especially with this hair, especially with wigs. Like here in Florida, like all the kids have wigs, they might have 5 dreads up there like, sticking up, and people look at them crazy. So like I'm trying to turn that into something beautiful, like put that in the museum. So when they go in there, like they can see themselves up there and feel like worthy and important, and not that like I'm this negative person because I wear this hair like this.
What does hair represent to you?
I love hair. I love my hair. I love dreads. It represents like a resilience, strength, wisdom, culture. It's kind of like a rebellious thing, like rebelling against society and like the standards of beauty and standards of professionalism and like what they say we supposed to look like. I thought I saw a Cybertruck out there.
I seen one the other day. I see you took a picture of one as well.
Yeah, the Tesla.
Did you get to get in?
Nah.
Okay. Yeah, I've been looking at them. I'm like, I just want to get in there just to see if it's really the hype of what it is.
What is
it looks cool outside.
TeslaCybertruck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I seen one riding down town. I was taking some night photography. I tried to chase it down. I was like, bro, you are not chasing this. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, that definitely. It was just parked there, or did you know the person?
No, it was at Tesla dealership.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right out front.
Right, the one over on
Atlantic.
Atlantic?
Yeah.
I'm at to
right
go over there. Word.
Yeah, everybody was stopping just to take pictures.
Word. I didn't know that.
So whenever I would talk to you about a friend that's in art or anything like that, you were very welcoming. Mm-hmm. What does that mean to you? Like, what made you be so open about bringing people in?
People brought me in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's just like a paying it forward thing. Like some people like see everything as competition, or like, I can't tell people about this show I'm applying to. I can't tell them about this grant. Like it's enough out here for everybody. So like people help me. People still help me now. Like I'm in inboxes of established artists. Like I have artists you probably wouldn't believe. Like I have their number in my phone. Like world-renowned artists who seek me out and like give me advice and tips, and so I want to do that for the next like generations of artists. Mm-hmm.
I see you mentor.
Yeah,
that's dope.
What does it mean to be in the community?
In the community?
Yeah, to give back. And
oh man. So one of my favorite things to do is speaking in schools. Like when I was growing up, I couldn't name like one black artist until I was probably like in my early 30s. Yeah. I didn't know any black artists.
I'm right there with you.
And then the first black artist I learned about was through Jay-Z. It was Basquiat. I think Jay-Z, he had a collaboration with Reebok at one point. And they were putting some Basquiat on like jackets and sneakers and stuff. I didn't even know he had passed. Like that was the first artist. And then like during that time, I didn't really I didn't know all like about art history, and I didn't appreciate it the way I do now. So I'm like, a kid can do that. Mm-hmm. But like now I have a newfound respect for Basquiat. He's like one of my favorite artists. But it's real cool to go into these classrooms And like to see young boys, young black men, and like for them to see somebody who looks like them, who comes from where they come from, and who's doing this thing and who's successful at it.
I seen you talk about Basquiat, and you had like a thing where you were like, some people said it was somebody said it was like his work was ugly or something like that.
They said it was trash.
So what are your thoughts on art? Like when people say stuff like that?
Yeah.
Because I seen what you said, but I would like for you to kind of like elaborate on it a little bit.
People don't like this opinion, but I don't believe like there's a thing as bad art. I think there's just art, like the person, like there's no way to define it like universally. Like this stuff is bad and this stuff is good. Like it just depends on who's looking at it. Like somebody might think that plate up there is trash. Somebody else might say I'll pay $1 million for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Diamonds are literally rocks.
It's just a rock.
Polished up rocks.
They found worth them.
Yeah.
So, because I know at one point you were talking about going to school. What made you feel like you needed to go for art?
So there are just certain rooms that I know a degree can get you into. I don't necessarily need it for art making. I'm actually glad I didn't go to school for art. Like in art school, they teach you, like, this is how you draw. This is how a picture looks. This is how you're supposed to paint. These colors don't mix together. So for me, I've been able to, like, just figure it out myself. Make mistakes, experiment, try new things. So I've really been able to, like, hone in on my style and my unique voice, whereas in school, you're taught to do it this way.
Right.
And then when you get out, you have to try to unlearn all that stuff and find yourself in art. And so I've already done that, but I just know that piece of paper can get you through some doors. I mean, I've done pretty good as a self-taught artist at finding my way in those rooms some kind of way. So, but I still think about it.
Yeah.
Do you have any artists or creative people that you want to work with? Creative artists that you actually want to be like, man, I want to collaborate with them in this city or out the city? It doesn't matter.
I don't know if I would say a collaboration. Maybe for murals. Like for murals, there's some people I like to work with. Like there's an artist I think he's in Chicago, Max Sansing. He's real good. Y'all gotta look him up. Yeah, Max Sansing.
Matt Sansing.
Yeah, Sansing.
What kind of what is his style? Is it around your same style as well?
Yeah, he does black art too, but it's like super colorful, kind of abstract. So yeah, like as far as like traditional artists, I don't think there's anybody I want to collaborate with. There's a lot of people I want to meet.
Okay.
Like one big artist, she just passed away, Faith Ringo, like legendary black artist, did a lot for black arts and women artists. And so yeah, that's one I didn't get to meet before she left us. But yeah.
Do you feel like, so being as big as you are, you have to do a lot of public speaking?
Yeah.
How is that for you?
I don't like it. I've gotten better at it. I've gotten, like, it's a good thing and a bad thing. Well, not really a bad thing, but like, you know, like I'm normally like the quiet one amongst like my friends and stuff. And so art has forced me like to come out of my shell, like speaking to students, speaking at art shows. I've done 1 million podcasts and different interviews, and so in that regard, it's a good thing because it's opened me up, made me a little bit more sociable.
Absolutely.
So were you very timid growing up?
I don't think I was timid. Everybody else will tell you I was timid and I was shy or I was quiet, but I just talk when I had something to say.
And that's just always
chilling.
been you.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah, my oldest daughter is the same way. Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask, because you and Candace, like Candace,
Opposite.
yeah, like
Complete
she is
opposite.
the light of the room.
Yeah.
Is that what drew you to her?
You want to hear that story?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh man, she tells it better. I wish she was still here. So, me and Candace met at work too in Tallahassee. We were working at Circle K, and she worked the early morning shift, 7 to 3. I worked the overnight shift, 11 to 7. And so I would get off in the morning. I had to rush home to take my little brother to school. So I would just leave. I would clock out and leave. And so one day she just stopped me. She's like, "You always leave. Like, you don't say bye. You don't speak." And so she kept me there and talked my head off. And that's kind of how it happened. Like, I think I left a card. I used to do shirts, I told you. So I had a business card. I was like, "Oh yeah, I do these shirts. Follow me on MySpace." It was in the MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's a wild man.
Follow me on MySpace. And so she followed me on MySpace, and we became friends, and like we were already co-workers and stuff, and we just started talking more. And then I did like the little elementary thing, like will you be my girl? Not like that. But something similar on Facebook. Yeah. Her version is funnier than mine, but
technically she bagged you though.
Yeah.
When she told you not to run off, she said, "Hey, yeah," and that was her way. She if it wasn't for that, you know,
yeah.
She broke the ice.
Yeah, she definitely broke that. She said, "Hold on, where you going?"
Yeah.
Keep running out here, don't say nothing to me.
That's exactly how it went.
That's dope. That is so dope.
Now she's, she's doing some big stuff in Jacksonville. Did you guys just sit down and decide to do that together, or did she
like the art stuff?
What the event she's putting on and her portion?
I think just from like being in a relationship and like me like doing all this art stuff and her always being around, like we kind of became like the art couple. And like she's very creative. She's an Aquarius. They're always creative. Like she's always been like very like stylish and fashionable. So people already thought she did art anyway, or was some type of artist. So I mean, it just kind of happened naturally. Like she just found her way and like things that she could do other than like actually painting in the arts.
I love that.
So like curating shows and events and it's blossomed into like something big now.
What's your sign?
Is that my sign?
Yeah.
Scorpio.
What day?
Last day, 21st.
Word. I'm the 11th.
Okay.
So yeah. Damn, that's weird. So you more shy and reserved? That's wild. So maybe that's my other side to that.
Oh, he said the last day Scorpio, right?
Yeah.
So what's the
next?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the traits of a Sagittarius?
Don't ask me. I don't know.
I say, only representation I got is my aunt, my cousin, and my baby moms. That's
So don't ask Tristan either.
I love my cousin. Can't stand my aunt. Can't stand my baby moms.
Don't ask Tristan. We don't want to offend our listeners.
Are you really tapped into like zodiacs and stuff like that? Are you tapped into astrology and all that other good stuff, like life path numbers and anything?
Nope.
None of that. None of that. You never looked into it, none of that stuff.
Just know yours.
I just know mine.
Right. Hey, I feel you on that one.
And it's true. Like it matches up. So I know they tried to change some like zodiacs or something, but mine it matches up. So.
Did you get the when you tell somebody you're a Scorpio, every time I say, they be like, oh, or they be like, oh, I heard about you. I get it every single time. Like, what you know? You don't know nothing, and they never say nothing. They're like, oh, I'm like, oh, what?
I hate you must be a Aquarius. No, I'm not. Oh, you a Pisces? No, I'm not. I'm an Aries. Oh, I was gonna say you was an Aries. No, you weren't.
All the A's. You one of them.
Say that.
Oh man, I love it. No, because a lot of people don't understand. Like, there's more than just astrology. There's the other stuff that we always talk about. But if you could tap into those things, you could learn about yourself more. Yeah. But it's also how you was raised and all that stuff. And I really believe upbringing is a big part of it. A huge part. Are your parents like real mellow and stuff like that?
My mom is.
Your mom is, okay.
My mom is.
So how is your dad? Your dad is like the rambunctious kind of guy?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. And you mostly take from her. Okay.
Yeah. A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have the personality when you are, but if it's a big crowd, Chris tucks in. He does not. He is not out in the front.
So besides art, what do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun?
Yes.
Oh man, play with my kids.
Okay.
But now, like personally, I like nature. Like anything nature related. Beach, hiking in the woods. I like taking pictures too.
Bro.
Yeah, I like taking pictures.
You know what I'm saying? Like, anytime you need a picture partner, bro, I'm right there. Just remember, I'm right there.
I like the National Geographic type stuff, so I be all in on insects and all kind of crazy stuff. But
What's your favorite insect and animal and all that other good stuff?
oh man, my favorite insect or animal? I don't know. I got a pet spider.
Yeah, pet spider.
Yeah.
Like a tarantula?
I used to have 2 tarantulas in Tallahassee. I got a jumping spider now.
Absolutely not.
Hey, y'all call me crazy.
Got a jumping spider.
Both of y'all. It's a Scorpio thing.
It's a Scorpio thing.
I used to have a scorpion. I had 2 snakes.
I've been wanting a scorpion, but
I had an emperor scorpion.
Yes.
What do you just look at it?
See, okay.
You can hold it.
And you will learn a lot about a Scorpio as well. The real shit. Because a scorpion, I'm going to tell you about a scorpion. A scorpion, you will go in, and let's say this is a scorpion cage, and then I go and I move this shit right here. That scorpion going to move that shit right back. He want exactly where his stuff is, exactly where it's at all times.
So they're stubborn.
No, it's don't touch my shit. This is exactly how I want it. This is how I live.
Everything has a place.
Yes, it has a place. It might look out of place to you, but it's exactly where it's supposed to be.
Are you like that?
Oh yeah. My studio, my books got to be on the shelf in a certain order, like everything.
So are you there with you?
Go ahead. No. So are you very organized, or are you kind of like the one that has the mess and be like, I know where everything's at?
It's an organized mess.
Yeah.
My version of organization.
Yeah, your studios, oh my gosh, are always, I'm like, this is an art museum, like in itself. I've been to 2 of your studios.
Yeah.
And the last one was it the one over there downtown?
Yeah, that was the one on Monroe. Yeah.
Loved it. Oh my gosh. And I got to get a piece of art. Mm-hmm. I was so excited because I was always wanted a piece, but you know, she's working, but she ain't on that level.
So is it do you need a separate space to create, or can you create at home as well?
I primarily create at home.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got like a little space set up in the garage. So my studio is more like for like professional use. Like if I have like people, like big people come, curators or like collectors, like I want to bring them to the studio.
Gotcha.
But I do most of the work at home and drop it off at the studio when it's done.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Are you into Legos?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
I would think because you know just.
I'm so sorry. Because it just came to my head, the cans.
Oh yeah.
You
Spray
haven't
can.
done that.
I haven't done that in a while. Like hiding the can?
Yeah.
Or making the can?
What are y'all talking about? Y'all having what are y'all talking about? Enlighten the podcast. What's going on over here?
So I primarily use, when I do murals, I started off using brush. I use spray paint primarily now. And instead of trashing the cans, I turn them into art. So like I'll paint on the cans or draw on the cans. And during the pandemic, when everybody was on lockdown, like I was trying to think of a way to get people out of the house and like get people active. So I would hide these cans like all around Jacksonville. I would always hide them like next to some art. So like next to like somewhere near a sculpture or a mural. And I have people go out and try to find them.
Word,
so like a lot of people
tough.
here have cans.
And people would snatch them up. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
So you had your own like crazy. Pokemon Go going on.
Oh, yeah.
So your murals are all spray paint?
Yeah, most of them now. Yeah,
I got something for you.
All spray paint.
I got something for you. I got I don't know if you ever heard of Sket One. He's also a graffiti artist, but he also does a lot of collaborations with like more like a lot of toy brands and stuff like that. And his brand is more of when the top of the head looks like a spray can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I have like a couple. I was about to sell a bunch of them, but I could definitely. I think you would.
I just made the toy. It's not out yet. It's still in the design phase.
Come on, talk about that. You right up my alley. Let's get it. Is it vinyl? Is it resin?
It's gonna be vinyl.
It's vinyl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went through this toy company, so they should be sending me the mock-up soon for me to give the okay.
Could you show me on the outside? Like
yeah.
Okay, all right. What is it close to that you could talk about so far?
It's just one of my characters. So like the ones that I'm doing now, I'm working on the series. Like all the kids, they have locks and sunglasses. Yeah, so I'm doing one of those.
I love that.
Bruh. Yeah, I need to see that.
My mom
I need to see that.
Do you teach?
Do I teach? I do teach.
Yeah. So if people want lessons, do they got to go through your program or?
Yeah, I can do private lessons at my studio, but I teach at the Performers Academy. I teach like kids from, let's say, elementary school to high school. In the summertime, we do a summer camp working with youth in a foster care system.
I love that. That's so dope.
Yeah.
I want to learn so bad, but honey, my hands do not move that way. They just don't. I've seen you at the sidewalk chalk competitions, and the babies be out there. I'm like, goodness, it's wild how creative they are. It's beautiful to see.
What would you recommend where would you recommend a person to start if they want to start drawing, painting, anything like that? What would be either a book or maybe a person to look up or something like that?
I mean, they're all kind of resources. Like you got YouTube, like there's all kind of books. But like honestly, I would just say like just go for it. Like just like draw what you see. Like draw everything around you. It doesn't have to be perfect, but like just to get a feel for it, and like sooner or later you're gonna get it. You're gonna surprise yourself.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. I recently painted my friend. We did like a paint thing where we painted each other.
Oh, the thing on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. And I painted her,
TikToks.
and I was, I am a TikTok fiend.
I see.
Leave me alone.
Let me ask you a question. Were you reacting?
No, I was just about to say I did really good. I shocked myself.
I want to see it too.
You did good? Let me see it. Let's see it off. Watch how it be stick figures. Hey, but when you're about to create a new project, where do you draw inspiration from? Outside of hair and everything.
Just like everything around me. So I look at a lot of like social events, like things that's happening in the world that that impact me in some kind of way that I want to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Can I say bachelophilia? It looked like an alien.
It like a witch version of her.
Yeah, like you know, she a supportive. She a supportive friend.
I did the hair exactly.
There's
like
no
her
ugly
hair.
art.
Hey, if she claims that, just tell her like,
Right.
hey.
There's no ugly art.
I think I did a really good job. Look at that blending.
Hey, thumbs up if it looked like an alien.
It look like one of them. It's like one of them African ladies that be bleaching.
Hey, since you say you mess with spray painting and everything, have you ever tapped into graffiti?
I haven't. I want to though. I know a lot of graffiti artists. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not yet though.
What was the hardest thing learning when you were drawing and when you were painting? What was the hardest thing realistically creating?
Probably hands. I still don't do hands. I'll put them in the pocket, so like they'll be off the canvas.
Really?
Yeah,
I've seen that.
So hands, I don't like ears either. Hands and ears for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay attention
Most
to that
artists
now.
hands, but like for me, other than hands, probably ears.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why is that?
You said why?
Yeah.
I just can't get them right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can't get them right?
I can't get them right. When y'all see it, you're gonna be like, "That's the ear." Like, what's wrong? Like I'm my own worst critic. So.
Yeah.
Like most tattoo artists, I think they learn the first things like the prayer hands and shit, because they got to get the dimensions of the hands right and all of that. But and like you said, like hands is a big thing when it comes to drawing and stuff.
Hands are hard.
Yeah.
Is it because we see them so commonly? Like, you know,
Some people just fuck it up. Like the proportions, you might miss like it might look like a finger's missing or like it just
Having
like,
alien hands.
Yeah, it just look weird as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why some people just stick with three. Just stick with 3 fingers. Like that's all they got.
I seen one mural where it was the person looked beautiful, but it looked like their arms were like, you could tell
The proportions
like,
wasn't right.
'cause normally when you look at something, you could look and you could picture the whole body.
Yeah.
On that one, it looked like the arms are just like placed on the mural.
Is there a spot in Jacksonville that you want to paint?
There's a spot in Jacksonville that I want some art in.
Okay.
I think I've painted pretty much everywhere.
Oh.
Y'all can come in. Y'all can come in. We got audience today. We got an audience, everybody. We starting to do big things over here. We got audience coming in.
Chris's wife is here now.
That door pop open so it don't bug.
I think it's
Like if you push the chair back a little bit.
I do it. It's Lord.
Yeah.
Candace, the people want to hear your story about how you and Chris met.
Yeah, he told
You want to get on mic real quick? You can stand over here and get on mic real quick.
They want to hear the story about how you and Chris met. He said you tell it better.
You got to get on the mic. Yeah, but I want to show, like, I think I've done, like, not to sound like I'm not like a cocky person, but I think I've done everything that an artist can do in Jacksonville, except for one thing. So I want to have a solo show in the Comer Museum. So that's like my last like bucket list goal for Jacksonville.
You plan on leaving Jacksonville? Because you sound like after this is it. I'm out here. Like,
I probably won't be leaving, but I want the art. I mean, the art is already left, but I just wanted to keep growing and getting bigger and going further. Yeah.
From the last few years that I've been here, because I came in 2016, it's been booming on the art side, like on a different level. Because when I first came out, I was like, what's going on here? I don't know nothing about. And then I just like slowly but surely I start seeing things. I'm like, yo, this it. And then, like I said, I didn't even know about artwork and all that. I just started learning about artwork like last year or like year before last. I still ain't go yet. Yeah, don't. Last time I was supposed to go, I told you what happened. So.
Okay, Candace, be ready for you. Also, Candace, if you don't mind.
You don't mind.
Yeah, I'm talking. 100%.
Absolutely.
We are here to have a good time.
You want to get on mic real quick?
And shout out what you're doing in the community, girl.
Absolutely.
We want to hear it.
Yeah, put yourself in the camera so everybody can see it. You want to stand? You can stand over by your man. She about to get on mic.
Stand by me.
Stories. Where he started the story?
So he said he started at Circle K, and
he said laughing at him.
He said that
I didn't go that far.
He did.
Oh, see, he missed.
He just said you stopped him on some. You don't speak.
Yeah.
And that was where he started.
That's how it happened. So I worked day shift. He worked
To the mic,
night
sweetheart.
shift.
Oh,
And he worked night shift. And he just would never say anything. I used to be working, and I'd be like, that boy, he's somewhere back there.
That boy.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know him because he never talked. So I was like, he's somewhere back there. And then one day, I was like, he just always disappeared. Like, where does he go? I don't know how he was getting out because I would never see him leave, right? So one day I was like, hey, what's your name? Where you from? What you do? I'm like, listen, this is what we're going to do. Like, when I come in, you're going to be like, hey. And when you leaving, you're going to be like, bye. And, like, that's how it happened in real life, y'all. And so the very first day, he was like, hey. And I was like, hey. And then, so after that, it was just like a lot of, hey, bye.
Was that your way of shooting your shot?
Huh?
Was that your way of shooting your shot?
Because I told him I told him you bagged him from that day.
I wasn't shooting my shot.
You was just being cordial.
I thought he was being rude. Now, did I think
She was making the
Did I
gunpowder.
think
She
he
didn't shoot the
was
shot. She made the
you know what I'm
gunpowder.
saying? Did I think he was a light, bright cutie pie? Yes. But that's not what I was doing. So,
What got y'all to this point?
what got us to this point? I can tell I'm gonna tell the whole
Absolutely.
So, let me see where it started. Oh, actually, MySpace. Yeah, so MySpace.
He said that.
He'll just like write little stuff on there. And one of these pictures, I ain't gonna lie, I was young, so I had like my little hoochie mama days, right? And I had this one outfit, and he was like, "You should wear that to work." I'm like, "Nah, sir, why would I wear that?" It was like, yeah, it was a picture from when I went to a club, and y'all remember this back in the day, they had a lingerie party. Now, why would I wear that? At the gas
So you
station.
shot your shot.
He redeemed himself with MySpace.
Yeah, it continues. So one day I came to work, and it was a card underneath the register, and he was like, "You see that card?" I was like, "Yeah," and I was trying to give it back to him, and he was like, "It's for you." So I'm looking at the card. It's like his card to make T-shirts. I'm like, he want to make me a shirt. this man
I didn't think it was that type of card. I thought it was like a card.
Me too. I was like, oh, you want to make me a shirt? Does he want to make me a shirt? Or does he like me? And I was like, well, he's cute. So I was like, I'm going to call him and investigate. And like when I got on the phone, when he got on the phone, I was like, oh, he liked me.
He put the deep voice on for you.
He liked me. And so, but that's not even, it didn't even happen on the phone. Like, he asked me,
No, keep on talking. Keep on
It wasn't a
talking.
stop. It wasn't a stop. Okay. But I will say he asked me on MySpace.
Yeah.
He was like, "You ain't really asked." He was like, "You gonna be my girlfriend?" I don't know if that was a question. They had a question mark.
You gotta
but
set
who
the
says
tone.
it? Who says it like that?
Scorpios.
That's that's how he said it. And so I was like, yeah, now that was bizarre for me to be like, yeah, because we really didn't know each other besides, hey, bye. And then like my investigation at the beginning. So it was weird because then when I came to work the next day after this MySpace interaction, I was like, who my boyfriend now? So I was like, hey, boyfriend. Hey. I love it. Hey, boyfriend. And that was 16 years ago. And so here we are.
16 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Word.
Wow.
And he's been shaking his head like that since the day.
Listen, this is the second time that work brings third time because I met my lady at work. Connor met his lady at work, and y'all met at work.
Y'all breaking HR rules like a motherfucker.
Like a mug.
The HR rules is why we both don't work there. I mean, we wouldn't have been working there anyway up until this
Absolutely
day.
not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But we both got
Had to get out of there.
fired. But that's back in the day. It was back in the day. It's over now. So.
I can dig it.
That was the past.
That's the past. That's the past.
So you're an artist too, right?
So not an artist. Like I don't paint. I do curate. And I am live art.
Absolutely. Fashionable. Every time she step in a spot, I'm a gas her up every single time.
In an embarrassing way. In a very embarrassing way.
Like the black way. I see you. Like everybody see me now. Everybody see.
She is. I'm like, I wasn't trying to make an entrance, but thank you. Thank you so much.
How does it feel to be looked at as an artsy couple, though?
It's fun. I don't know how Chris feels about it because sometimes we walk into a spot and it's like, it's the Clarks. And we're like, whoa. We wasn't even really trying to do all of that. But no, I think it's great not only for ourselves, but like for our children because they've grown up in the art community as well. And it's kind of interesting to be, I guess, like people that other people find worthy of, like, I mean, we all have murals at this point, except for our baby boy. He's the only one. I think it's because he's a baby. Maybe people don't like to paint.
Oh, your children have murals as well?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a mural. He has a mural.
Can y'all name all the
Two of our
spots y'all
daughters.
murals are at? Can y'all name all of them? So just in case somebody comes to Jacksonville, they can be like, hold on, I want to see what they was talking about.
So
Can
the
y'all name-
Arlington mural, my oldest daughter is on the back of R.L. Brown. Where's Khalil? In Palatka on a farm. Is it a farm?
It's an
Something like that.
aquaponics farm, and Khalil's actually had 2 murals.
Yeah.
The second one isn't up anymore. She had one in Miami,
Wynwood.
and then Chris's mural is in Phoenix.
Oh yeah, I got one too.
Word.
And so our baby boy is. So if anybody wants to paint Khalil Clark, he's available.
That's what I'm talking about.
The eyes itself is the reason to paint him.
Yeah.
Oh, my
the
gosh.
eyes. Yeah, definitely.
Oh my
We
goodness.
get stopped all the time. Oh my God, his eyes. And then some people just be like, they're so big. I'm like, okay,
Calm down.
not too much. Not
So
too
when
much
did
on
when
my
did your
son.
children start painting, or creating art?
Well, so our children didn't create their own murals. Other people painted. So everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that they
so
out there
funny.
like I'm like, yo, y'all got some super kids. Like,
Not yet.
No. So I always tell people. So people assume that Chris has painted at least like myself or our kids. Chris has never painted any of our murals. So
Yeah.
every mural, even the mural of Chris, somebody else painted.
That is super
So
dope.
other artists have painted our family, and just waiting on somebody to ask about Khalif. And so yeah, it's coming
Yeah, I already
because he's
know.
the artist community's baby.
yeah,
100%. He's so cool. That is the ultimate cool kid.
He is. He is a cool boy. I can't even lie.
All of them are. I'm jealous. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all can adopt me.
Yo, that's so dope. That is dope as
it.
hell. Ooh, almost there. That is dope as hell.
Big
That's dope.
leaf.
So he messing with the spray paint
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, he know how to paint. Yeah, he can spray.
So are the cans done? Are we done with the cans?
Are we done with the cans? No.
Okay.
Just
Please.
pause.
Okay.
We're bringing the cans back.
Okay.
Please, because I'm gonna find one.
Yeah, I think that's cool. That's a dope ass idea.
It
That is a
is.
really dope. Because you ever heard 1000?
Yeah, I know 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know 10. Okay, yeah. Y'all got a eclectic style because he makes up people as well, like how you make up people. That's why I was like, I thought it was somebody you were like actually painting. And I'm like, yo, I seen this kid before. Like, who is this kid? You know what I'm saying? Like, I told him, like, yo, I know him. I know him.
That's Jaquan.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know you got little kids fighting over who that is, right? You know you got somebody saying, that's me when I was little. Yeah, you got somebody fighting.
I'm about to start lying and say it was me.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, hey, he was painting me. I'm telling you, I ain't got the picture no more, but that was me.
Let me ask you a question real quick. What is your vision for the city from a creative perspective, and what would you like to see more of?
I don't want to say I want the city to be like any other city. Like we hear that a lot. Like we could be like New York or Miami. I want Jacksonville to be what Jacksonville is supposed to be.
Absolutely.
I feel like we kind of like in quicksand. Like we moving slow, but like I can see the progress. Like it's coming along. Like from 2012 when we first got here to now, like huge progress.
Absolutely.
Yes, very huge progress. Yeah. Huge. I would love for the music scene to come up a little bit more.
Yeah.
It was, besides just knowing the regular old rapping beef bull crap, you know what I'm saying? I think it's some dope artists here as well, but they're just not being showcased as well. Like I thought about doing open mics here because where I'm from, like it was an open mic every night. Now not so much because of COVID and everything, but before it was an open mic every night, and I believe there should be an open mic here every night. Not just for poetry, because poetry is huge here, of course.
It is,
but that's like the biggest thing here. There's some nights I want to hear somebody rap. There's some nights I want to hear somebody sing. There's some, there's not all the time I want to hear.
They got a couple of rap scenes on there. It's underground. I can take you to it.
Underground.
Yeah.
So we need to, like you said, the quicksand stuff. We need to get that up. You know what I mean? But I definitely would like this. Go.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask all y'all a question. What does Jacksonville feel like to y'all? If you had to describe it to somebody that never been here, what is y'all saying? This is what Jacksonville feels like.
Art.
All right.
Feels like art right now.
Let's take out art. Let's create a vibe. Like if you explain this to somebody riding down the street, this is what it feels like.
I feel like it's growing.
Potential.
Like
a lot of potential.
Potential in which areas?
Everywhere.
All areas.
Everywhere.
Yeah, all areas.
Food, art, fashion not so much. People still ain't. They ain't there yet. I'm just gonna tell you that now. But everything else, everything else is.
Yeah, but what we need to do it and capitalize on like people here in Jacksonville. Like a lot of people are gonna be coming from out of town and see what we don't see, and we
I was
right
gonna say
here.
that's gonna be the problem because what's going to happen is they already had a mindset. They've already done it there.
Yeah.
It's gonna look like none of us did it if we don't really big up ourselves, like he's basically saying. Because they're gonna come with the plan.
Yeah,
like
so right.
You are absolutely
They
right.
doing it right now. If you look at how Jacksonville, this where we at right now used to be the hood. I used to buy, and I say this every pocket. I used to buy weed right over there when I first came to Jacksonville. That was Spruce Street. That shit was dark as fuck. It was no lights. It was a one dirt alley. I don't know no other alleys in Jacksonville. That shit was the hood. You know what I'm saying? And they knocked all this down, and it's looking beautiful. We got fresh market. We got so much shit around this neighborhood. It's not even funny. Like,
but it's still the hood. It's just cleaned up. Shit still go
it's
down.
like
I would say they made part of it pretty because like if you go
homeless people right down
but
there.
You know what it's like? It's like when people go out into the fucking boonies and they knock all the woods down and they're like, oh my God, there's a deer. You knocked all the woods down. You in they home now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what else you expect? You know? So it's the same thing. They going, you're gonna see a couple deers running around here. You know?
So what does Jacksonville feel like to you, Kween?
So Candace did an event, what was it called? The sneaker event.
Bless Your Soul.
Bless Your Soul.
I don't know about this.
Oh, it was a time.
Why you tell me about this? I'm a sneakerhead. Why would you do that?
A time was had.
It's okay. It's coming back.
Have to bring it back. We had a good time, but that was the Florida, like, was that the Florida?
No, the Florida show, the Florida Culture Show was called Wicked Out.
Wicked Out was the one that encompassed Jacksonville for me. That event, because the artist did what Florida basically was to them, and that gave all the feels of Jacksonville, the golds, the hair, the camaraderie, all of that is Jacksonville. It's rich. It's also very deep as far as our culture and how we talk and what we what we think.
Yeah.
It's so much. And even just looking outside and seeing the palm trees, you know, blowing the wind, like that's Jacksonville. It's home. It's, you know.
You know what I really want to do? Because I love taking portraits of people. I really want to go into the parts that everybody's scared to go into and just flick it up with a bunch of people, man, and really get the culture of Jacksonville, because just coming downtown and all that foolishness and seeing business people and all of that, whatever, that's nothing. But I really want to go into these neighborhoods. Like, it's been some, like, you know, I do Uber and shit sometimes. It's some neighborhoods, bruh, that I'm like, yeah, I don't really need to be on this block, but I love it. But I love it at the same time. It's like, I get out the car and I'm waiting for this person. They're like, oh, you my Uber ride? I'm like, yeah, let me take this picture real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I just see something that other people don't see, because those are places that people don't get to see.
That's the best.
I got murals in some of them places.
Yeah, word.
I was gonna say he does that too. Like, he'll ask somebody who probably never had somebody random just come up and be like, "Hey, can I take your picture?"
Yeah.
So he can paint them.
Yeah.
And I think that's like some of the best art.
Absolutely.
You can
Absolutely.
capture something other people would be afraid to like
Yes.
ask about, or you know.
Yeah.
So I remember when you were painting at one point, you were doing a mural and you said someone walked up to you and it was like in a more questioning way because you were painting.
So I like to paint in the middle of the night. My mom always called, you need to go home. But I paint, and I've been in some of those neighborhoods. I don't have a problem with anybody. The 2 times I had problems, it was the police.
Word.
That's it.
And you just painting. They can clearly see that you fucking painting.
They're like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "You have a ladder. you got cans. Like, you don't look like you're just doing like random graffiti because it's literally like a whole.
I got
mural.
a whole setup. I got
Like-
the camera set up. Y'all on camera. You on camera right now? Like,
It's still bothering because they probably don't think you have permission to.
Bitch, this my city. What's wrong with you? You just patrolling this shit. Your ass living freaking Woy somewhere.
Like, nigga, I'm Chris Clark.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You know who I am? Google me. Fuck. Can they Google you? No. Just stupid ass down.
Hey, so listening to your story, I already found the troubleshoot though. But I got one question to ask before we start tapping into the troubleshoot and everything. What would you like if you could choose 3 words to describe your work? What would it be? And then we're gonna get into the troubleshoot.
3 words? Oh man. Yeah. Black. Culture.
That's a better angle.
And probably truth for the last one. Yeah.
So black, culture, and truth.
Yeah.
I love
That's
that.
powerful. That's
Need to call
powerful.
this episode that Black Culture and Truth. The truth about black culture.
So no, but listening to your story, man, you got an amazing story on you.
Absolutely.
You're very unique. I can tell you that. And the fact that when I was listening to everything you were saying, I pulled that you embraced yourself. Because it sounded like you said you stood out a lot. And you came from a different upbringing probably than in most of your peers. So the troubleshoot is, what would you say to somebody, because you're around a lot of young children. I created this platform for anybody that's ever troubled and everything.
Yeah.
This is what we do. We give our troubleshoot, which is our advice. What would you say to a young child or an older adult that's having a hard time embracing themselves? You know, they feel I left out in this world. They like, man, I'm so different. Everywhere I go, nobody understands me. I stand out like a sore thumb. You know, it's really bothering me. What is your troubleshoot? But before you end it with, this is my troubleshoot.
Okay. That's a hard one. So there's a meme that I saw. What's the meme? Like, be yourself because everybody else is taken, something like that. But like, that's kind of how I look at life. Like we're taught in our society that it's a bad thing to stand out, when in actuality, like, it's a great thing. Like, they don't want us to stand out for a reason. Yeah. They standing out.
Right.
And you see what happens when you stand out. Like, you become a millionaire, billionaire. You change the world. You change culture. So, like, I would just tell, like, young people, like, don't be afraid to be yourself. Like, there's only one you. Like, why you want to be anybody else? Like, you never know, like, what you're bringing. Like, so, like, how you asked me earlier, like, how I feel about, like, my impact and stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't really notice it, but me being myself is affecting other people.
Mm-hmm.
And is impacting other people. Just from looking at the art or from watching his podcast. I don't know what it's doing, but it's inspiring people, it's motivating people. I get stories all the time. So I talked to a very famous artist recently, and she was giving me some advice, and she told me to clean up my Instagram. She was like, you need more art. You got your kids on there, or your family, like put that stuff on Facebook. But there's a reason why I post my family on there, because it's real. It's real life. Like,
absolutely.
Like, I'm not just like an art making machine. Like, I got kids,
Exactly.
I got a wife. Like, we go places. So I share all that stuff. Like, I remember one time I had a girl who reached out to me on Instagram, and she was like, I stopped making art when I had my child because I didn't think I could do it anymore. But now, like, I see you, and you doing art with your kids and stuff. Like, it makes me feel like I can get back into it. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just do you. Like, my advice that I always give is do the work, especially to the young people. Like, we're living in the social media age.
100%.
Everybody's worried about how many likes, how many follows and shares. Like, I got a lot of followers, but I don't care about that. Like, I just do the work, and everything else comes to you. Like, you don't have to chase the bag. The bag will chase you. Everything will chase you.
That's my light-skinned brother.
Yeah.
Don't I always say do the work?
That's my
light-skinned brother.
troubleshoot. Yeah, just do the work.
I love that.
Do the work. Okay, Kween, do you want to go last on this go round? You never went last before. And you know we do no piggybacking when you do your troubleshoot. So it's hard when you the last person. It's hard.
I don't mind going. I can
Okay,
stand 10 toes down on mine.
you want
I ain't never
Okay,
scared.
yeah, I'll go next.
Bring me one that ain't scared.
On the troubleshoot next, and I go next, and then Kween go last.
Let me get my thoughts.
Remember, no piggyback.
I would start by saying the head cornerstone of the builder refuse is always one that they come back to. So going back to us talking earlier of, I think every one of us had moments where we were like, yo, I don't fit in, or whatever the case may be, but it was for a reason. And those reasons were they didn't understand you at that time. And sometimes people would never understand you. And it's not for them to understand you, it's for you to understand yourself. And once you find understanding within yourself, I believe that nobody else could stop what you're going to do. Like that whole, you could be anything, do anything. I really truly believe that. Like the same guy that I seen the other day, you know, he's a freaking doctor now. And I'm like, bro, you went to the same high school I went to. We got the same education. But he just took a different path because that was his passion. So I would definitely say whatever your passion is, whatever your drive for that passion is, if people don't understand it, keep going. Even if they don't understand it, even if you got to lose some people, even if you got to, never step over some people, but you might just have to pass them and go on your own way. But head cornerstone of the bitter refuse, always want to come back to. That's my troubleshoot.
Period.
All right. So my troubleshoot to anybody that's like struggling with embracing their self, I would definitely tell them it was no mistakes making you. There's no mistakes in your process and your progress and your looks or anything. Everything, every mole, any scar on your body, that was all supposed to be there because that's you. It makes you stand out from anybody. And anybody that got a problem with that, they got a problem with themselves because you ain't doing nothing but being you. So therefore, I would tell somebody just could keep on going, enjoy the road, and don't let nobody take from you. Don't let nobody tell you that just because you're different, you won't fit in. Because you fit in with your tribe.
Period.
That's my troubleshooting.
Candace, you want to
troubleshoot? You want to troubleshoot? All right, Kween really trying to make this hard on herself. What you got? What would you say to somebody struggling with embracing themselves and end it with, this is my troubleshoot? Hey, we can get another person over here. You got something over there? You over there smiling. You got something? Let's make this real hard on Kween. You got something?
Really?
Oh, she. Come over here. Oh, yeah. Everybody in there got troubleshoot.
I'm going to let my homegirl take my spot.
That's crazy. You go back out.
I just randomly came in and became a part of that podcast. Okay, guys? So if I can randomly become a part, my friend AP can randomly become a part, and she can take this last, little portion.
Before you do,
this is our duo. Our collab.
You introduce yourself?
Oh yeah, introduce yourself.
My name is Ashley Pope, but I go by AP. I'm in cybersecurity. I'm an ethical hacker.
Okay.
There's less than 1% of black women in my industry, in my department. So I'll say something cliche, but it's true. If you don't see it, be the change. You know, just be the change. If you see I don't care what humans doing it. If you see them do it, you can do it too. If it's in your mind, even if you don't see it with your naked eye, if it's in your mind, be the change. Figure it out. Do it. Make it happen.
100%.
And then with this is my troubleshoot.
This is my troubleshoot.
Hey.
Thank you, AP.
All right. So you don't want to go? You don't got nothing?
Oh, you said I do have something. Let's see. I guess I'm on a similar path as AP.
You can't piggyback.
No, I'm not piggybacking. It's my reality though as well, because I also am in a position where I am kind of like one of not too many in the organization that I'm in, and so I'm just gonna say, don't be afraid, no matter what anybody tells you. I'm not gonna say discouraged, but it could come across as discouraging, the advice I was given, because they was like, oh, there's no other black people there. There's this, there's not, you know, it's gonna be too different for you. And so myself, I would say, y'all worried about things that I'm not personally worried about. And so I say, if you want to do something, just do it, no matter what anyone says. And so that is my troubleshoot.
Period.
Absolutely. All right, KD, you got a list of people. I gotta get you stuttering over here. You just had a list
I'm
of people.
actually prepared. Thank you.
Oh, you prepared? Oh, okay.
She said stay off her list.
Hey, go ahead. No stuttering either. Go ahead.
So I'm going to take it to the other side, because I know a lot of people don't start things because they feel like they aren't good enough, or they feel like, you know, it's already been done. But you look at the bread aisle and you see how many different types of bread, and all of them are selling off the shelves. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of what you see, still start it. It does not matter. And then also look at everybody as I just got to the age that I am. I'm new here. I've never been this age before. I don't know who this person is. So you can pivot and recreate yourself and start all over again next year. Like, you can clean your slate and start off a whole new one. Now, I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say, but
I know what you about to go. But I was about to go there too.
Be safe. But you still have your whole world. Like, don't limit yourself because of your fears. Go out and do it. And that's my troubleshoot.
I thought you said your whole world. I was about to say, don't go there.
Well,
don't leave them hoes alone and let them live their whole life.
Nah.
That too. Stay safe.
Let me stop joking.
This was an awesome episode right here. Chris, you got a lot of gems on this.
Oh, man, I love it. I
And-
love it.
And at this part of the show, we gonna usually say our peace out. And what we gonna do now? We gonna do something a little special, because I got your music on here now.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah,
You got it.
I got it. So when
You know, we got to do research.
I
We
got
got
your music on here. We gonna roll out to your music, but for now, everybody say your peace out. Chris, you can say your peace out. This is the moment where you can say your social media and everything. Just say your farewell.
Well, thanks for having me first. You can find me everywhere on social media, same name, Cooley Ross Art. Instagram, Twitter, MySpace, if it's still up, everywhere, same name.
Really?
It's Cooley _
Yes, Cooley _ Ross _ Art. Yeah.
No, ask me, I know. Like I said, I be stalking his art sometimes, you know. Not you, but your art. Like. Oh, me next, huh? All right, you already know it's your mama's favorite son, Urben Currse. Braxam baum, shukum bam bam, soom damn until another gan.
Period. It's your girl Daisy Dukes, not quite the girl next door. Mwah. Girl Katie Shaw.
And it's your favorite Uncle Neek. Thank you for tapping in, and thank you for listening.
I'm about to say. Wait, when your part come in?
I'm the last one.
Okay.
Get to know you.
You got a fast
Get to know you. Get to know you. Get to know you. Yeah. flashing lights, welcome to afterlife. She got the body of a goddess and she acting right. She wear that Gucci so well, she got me under her spell. I blow that cushion in the air, girl, I got money to spare. Baby, can I really get to know you? I saw you in the parking lot and Shawty looking so good. You're looking at me and I'm looking at her. Shawty got what I need, girl, we can be always together. Get to know you, get to know you, get to know you, get to know you. We can make it last forever. Get to know you, 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 get to know you. She got that right swag, and I'm tweaking the grab. Just tell me what you're drinking, I leave an open tab. I like the way you move it, make sure you throw it back. I'm trying to get to know you, we can dip and relax. I got my own crib, I'm speaking all the facts. Gotta take them clothes off, I wanna see all of your tats. I want relations, I'm patient, I'm contemplating your beauty. It's so amazing, I'm racing, I'm steady blazing. Baby, can I really get to know you? I saw you in the parking lot and Shawty looking so good. You're looking at me and I'm looking at her. Shawty got what I need, girl, we can be always together. Get to know you, get to know you, get to know you, get to know you, get to know you. We can make it last forever. Get to know you, 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 get to know you. I'm trying to get with you, baby. The way your body looking right, I'm thinking about what I wanna do. Lady, I ain't down your sexy frame, I really wanna know your name. Can I really get to know you? I saw you in the parking lot and Shawty looking so good. You're looking at me and I'm looking at her. Shawty got what I need, girl, we can be always together. Get to know you, get to know you, get to know you, get to know you, get to know you. We can make it last forever. Get to know you, 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 get to know you. Let me get to know you, baby. I can change your lifestyle. I can turn your face up from a frown to a bright smile. Get rid of a figure like me, and I promise it'll be worth your while. And if you're lucky enough, pretty baby, you might be the one to have my child. I can make you feel like you never felt before. Pulling out your chair, hold your hand everywhere. I will even open up your door. You won't ever have to worry about nothing no more. Come let it fast like I know you tired of slow. Can I really get to know you? I saw you in the parking lot and Shawty looking so good. You're looking at me